Hello there and welcome. My name is Cathy of Greven & Co. We work with individuals and businesses to develop financial strategies for life. We are financial strategists providing a holistic suite of services including tax advice, accounting, superannuation management, wealth planning and investment strategy. We are your partner in developing and managing a wealth creation action plan for life. We have put together a series of interview videos that impact the way we connect and do business through COVID-19 and beyond. As now more than ever, it is a time when we need to support each other. These videos are intended to provide you with general and factual information only and should be read in conjunction with the disclaimer at the end of the video, as we have not taken into consideration your personal circumstances, needs and objectives while making this video. Hello there and welcome. Today I have the pleasure of having my long-term friend and...
you stumbled across that.
I did. Shane Hogan from BIE Creative. Welcome.
Thank you, Cathy. Thank you.
Now, we've known each other for a very long time and we met through a business relationship, and we've just, over the years, just formed a friendship as well outside of work and everything.
Sure.
And so I've got to know you a lot better in terms of what you've done in the past. Now, currently you're in hospitality and social media marketing, etc. But when I first met you, you were doing some of that, but predominantly you were in entertainment in the hotels, but offering DJ services.
And we still are doing some of that.
Okay.
But, the business is 21 years old this year, and we've, it's been a while. And, over the years, the work required to get people to venues, to restaurants, bars, nightclubs, etc.
Yes.
Has changed. I find people, especially to pubs, are going for food a lot more than for entertainment these days. And so we've had to pivot, along the way.
Well, if I put my accountant's hat on, I know food doesn't give hotels a lot of income.
Correct, yeah. Profit, you mean?
Profit, yes. Income's there, but not profit. So why would hotels or restaurants or anything look to just focus on food?
I guess like any business, getting people through the door is the main object, and then sell to them when they're in there. So
true.
And obviously when you are buying food, you're also buying drinks. So if, you can put in some programs to sell an extra drink, a third drink, etc., to people who are dining.
Yes.
The income can come from drink as well as food.
True. And of course, if they have the space and the opportunity to put in maybe live music or entertainment of some description, which is something that you've looked at extensively over the years. What's some of the crazy things that you've seen people do bring in?
Well, I've had clients over the years that, some clients like to try an idea, and even though they're hiring us for advice, they still want to see their idea through. So I remember a group we were working with that, wanted to put a food option in during the nightclub time, but in the middle of the dance floor, on the side of the dance floor.
Yes,
they're cooking away food while people are, and the smell of it and all that was just the exact opposite of what you want for the vibe. So
absolutely,
we tried it for a while, and sure enough, it didn't work.
No, that used to happen, and I'll be showing my age here. And that used to happen in Light Square. There used to be a nightclub called Regimes. I don't know.
Wow. No, not
no. There you go. I'm a little bit older.
I do know the name though.
And it was a had a doorman and all that sort of stuff, and a sunken bar and everything. But they used to serve supper.
Wow.
I know. This is going back, isn't it? So responsible drinking and hoteliering management.
Yes. Back in the day.
Back in the day. But moving on from that, hotels restaurants, they're all small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So going through COVID, what's currently now for South Australia and nothing for Victoria, how can these small businesses attract clients?
Well,
Or how can they stand out?
obviously when you've got, in South Australia, we've been fortunate that people can go out again.
Yes.
There was that period when, venues needed to pivot to a takeaway model or not do food.
Yeah.
JobKeeper helped a lot of businesses reopen again when that came along.
True.
But, it always comes back to your unique selling proposition, what makes your business unique. And we help lots of businesses with that, whether it's in hospitality or outside hospitality.
Yes.
And sometimes or quite often, the owners or upper management are a bit too close to the product to see it themselves.
Sure.
And so an outsider can provide a fresh set of ideas and
very true.
It may be under your nose the whole time, and or we help people develop them, but also with the view to a crazy idea might seem unique, but if it doesn't suit the brand of your business, then it's not really worth doing.
It's not worth it, is it?
No,
not at all. And I suppose you know more than that than anyone, because you started out your career as an accountant.
Oh, please!
A lot of people don't know this.
Well, yes, yeah.
So we have synergy, you see.
No,
so,
but I got out. No, I did my Bachelor of Commerce and worked in accounting firms for a while.
Yes.
But the fun of entertainment and hospitality was always there in the background. And
it was.
I thought, but I very much appreciate the degree I did and the knowledge it got me.
Because what I see is that you have the ability to not only be creative and implement all these different processes or ideas or structures, but you also understand the mechanics behind the business as well. So you from a business owner's point of view.
Yeah, definitely.
So that then gives you, I think, a little bit more credibility. Obviously, you've got your own business, but you also know how businesses are to operate because you've had that education behind you.
Yeah, well, I mean, every business runs on margins and P&L, etc. So,
yes.
Yeah, having a
music
deeper
to my
understanding
ears.
of that. Oh, please. And budgeting is also a big part that a lot of businesses don't do, and I'm a firm believer in it.
Yes.
As much as possible.
Yes. So I think that sort of sets you apart to many because you have that core understanding.
Sure.
And then, how to then provide that service to a client. You understand that the mechanics or the dollars behind it as to what it needs to do, because at the end of the day, whatever you do has to have a return on investment, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
It's very important. So keeping that in mind, what are some of the types of returns that people can get by employing someone like you? And I'm not just talking about the dollars, but also the intrinsic value of it, of the services that you provide. What can they get by doing a video or something else that makes their business stand out?
All right. Well, I guess you're talking very broadly here. So,
yes.
Different examples. For a lot of clients, we look at three things. We look at getting more people through the door, getting them to come back more often, and getting them to spend more when they're inside your business.
Yes.
So that can really apply to almost all businesses. So
True.
A lot of people just say we need more people through the door, but don't look at those programs to bring them back more and more again. A bit like the simple coffee card.
Yes.
With the stamps,
Yeah, true.
And now there's apps for that, etc.
Yeah.
But
yes.
it encourages you to go back to that coffee shop rather than go to a different one. As simple as that just means that business is doing well. And looking at the lifetime value of a customer or a client, in how much they can pay you over the years rather than just one-off or two-off sales.
Absolutely, which is very much, accounting philosophies 101. So, what I suppose I'm trying to get back to is that even though some people might see marketing or advertising as a fluffy type and they may put it in that category, there is a lot of metrics and calculations and methodology behind it all,
Definitely.
isn't there?
Yeah. Well, especially with Facebook and Instagram marketing, which we do a lot of.
Yes.
The intel we can get behind the scenes of who is looking at your advertising and or targeting it to those people is just amazing.
Yes.
Compared to the old days of radio and TV and which we do bits of still, but certainly the social media is getting the ads in front of the right people.
True.
And then it's easy to measure that.
And where do you see businesses post-COVID and spending their money, their marketing or money in the future?
Most of the ones we talk to are definitely focused on social media.
Right.
And, the prices have fluctuated a bit lately. Facebook have had some large advertisers drop off recently as part of the Black Lives Matter campaign.
Yes.
And we have, a lot of advertisers have then had some benefits because the big boys aren't spending the money they were, and the ad rates have come down. And we've been able to help a few clients with that.
That's excellent.
And so that's where I see people doing it. But also, it's not always just that. It's looking at the front doors of your building, the curbside appeal.
Yes, which we've spoken about before.
Yeah, it's not. There's advantages and disadvantages in putting all your marketing in one bucket.
Yes.
But we can, it's definitely that and other options.
Very much like investing. You don't, put all your eggs in one basket, basically. You need to diversify. And I suppose either you're the guilty party or the person responsible for getting me in front of the camera and your years of influence behind or conversations we've had to get there. So, my industry is a very dry subject, and to come across to an audience, what sort of advice would you give, say, other accountants or financial planners or lawyers, someone who's, not necessarily an exciting kind of industry like a hotel that's offering live music or something like that, so very different businesses. What would you say to these people if they want to then start, because every digital disruptor or point in history where there's a digital disruption is the opportunity to, build on your brand. What would you say to those people?
Well, even there's always a bit of gold to be found in a topic. It's making it relatable to your audience. And I always like to start with the audience, who's watching this or who do you want to watch this?
Yes.
But let's talk through your process. And I find this with a lot of our clients, they don't really want to pick up the phone and video themselves because they're, a little self-aware and et cetera, et cetera. Correct. But to have someone who does this a lot in the room with you saying, okay, that was good, let's just slightly change this. True. It gives you the confidence just to keep going and then to see the finished product and get results.
Yeah, true.
The icing on the cake.
Very true, very true. One last point, any tips for small businesses, something that they can maybe take away as being a standout for their business, any sort of tool or tip or resource?
I think, definitely about being real if in relation to social media. Don't put out fake stuff. Don't put out things that have been done a million times. Right. Try and just show your personality, and that's what we've done with you, really. Yep. It's hard to, bring out in some different, in a photo it doesn't show your personality, Cathy.
True.
In a video it does, but for other people it's about photos, or it might be long form blogs. They love writing and they want to talk to an audience that loves that as well. True. And mixing it up a bit. Sometimes you need to mix it up a bit to find what suits your audience. That's true. And your business. Yeah. But being, especially in small and medium businesses where the owner is quite hands-on, if they're the face of the business, then they're the ones that need to be sort of powering the social media and advertising.
In the front of the camera rather
Yeah.
than, say, employing someone who's a professional
Correct.
to speak over.
We've learned to filter out advertising and warts and all, and behind the scenes
What
is
are you saying, Shane?
No. Present company excluded.
Okay, well, thanks so much for giving me your time today.
No worries.
And if people want to reach out to you, we've got it on the screen, your contact details.
die.com.au.
That's it.
Very easy to
Perfect.
find us.
Thank you so much, Shane.
No worries. Thank you, Cathy.
Thanks.